What if Ghost never really died? What if the smartest man in the Power universe planned one final move before everybody thought the game was over? Fans have been talking about this theory for years, but now something new has changed everything. Courtney Kemp's new project, Nemesis, has started a fresh wave of rumors, and many viewers believe hidden clues are pointing toward Ghost's escape. Some people think these are just fan theories, but others believe Courtney Kemp is secretly preparing the biggest twist in Power history. And honestly, once you start connecting all the clues together, it becomes hard to ignore. Because the more fans look back at Ghost's final moments, the more questions begin to appear. Questions that still do not have clear answers even after all this time. Ghost was never a normal street character. From the very beginning of Power, he was shown as somebody who always planned ahead. He was calm when others lost control. He stayed smart when everybody around him made emotional choices. That is why many fans never fully accepted his ending. The story tried to make viewers believe everything was finished, but the problem is that Ghost always thought 10 steps ahead. This was a man who escaped danger again and again. Every enemy who tried to destroy him failed for years. The police could not stop him. Rival gangs could not stop him. Even his closest friends could not fully understand him. So when the show suddenly ended his story, many fans felt like something was missing. One of the biggest reasons fans still question Ghost's death is because the ending felt too fast for such an important character. Ghost was the heart of the entire Power universe. Almost every major storyline connected back to him in some way. So when his story ended, viewers expected something huge, emotional, and unforgettable. Instead, many people felt confused. Some fans even started noticing small details that made the ending look suspicious. The camera never gave viewers the kind of final closure that usually happens when a main character truly dies forever. That small detail alone started years of theories online. Fans began asking one simple question: what if the writers wanted people to believe Ghost was gone while secretly leaving the door open for his return later? That theory became even stronger because Ghost himself often talked about survival. He always believed in protecting himself no matter what happened. Throughout the series, he changed identities, controlled people around him, and built connections in politics, law enforcement, and business. He was not just a criminal anymore. He had become powerful in many different worlds. A man like Ghost would absolutely understand how to disappear if he really wanted to. And that is exactly why fans cannot stop talking about the possibility that he planned everything before the shooting even happened. Now, things have become even more interesting because of Courtney Kemp and the new attention around Nemesis. Fans immediately started studying every interview, every teaser, and every hidden detail connected to the project. Some viewers noticed that certain conversations sounded very familiar to Ghost's story. Others pointed out that the themes of revenge, survival, and unfinished business all connect perfectly to Ghost as a character. The title itself, Nemesis, feels important because Ghost spent his entire life surrounded by enemies. Everybody wanted something from him. Everybody either feared him, hated him, or wanted to become him. So when fans heard this title, many instantly believed there had to be a deeper connection. What makes these rumors even stronger is the fact that Courtney Kemp understands exactly how fans think. She knows viewers pay attention to every small detail. She knows Power fans love hidden clues and shocking twists. That is why people believe she could be secretly setting up something huge without directly saying it. And honestly, it would not be surprising. The Power universe has always survived because of big reveals and emotional betrayals. Bringing Ghost back would instantly become one of the biggest moments in television drama. Fans who stopped watching would return immediately. Social media would explode overnight, and the entire story of Tariq would suddenly change forever. The connection between Ghost and Tariq St. Patrick is another reason this theory feels possible. Tariq spent years trying to escape his father's shadow, but Ghost's influence still controls almost every part of his life. Even after Ghost's supposed death, Tariq continues making choices connected to him. It feels like Ghost is still present, even when he is not physically there. That kind of storytelling makes fans believe the writers never truly let the character go. Instead, it almost feels like they are slowly keeping his memory alive for something bigger later. Another important detail fans always mention is how Ghost loved control. He hated leaving things unfinished. That personality trait alone makes people question whether he would really allow his entire empire to collapse so easily. Ghost always had backup plans. When one path failed, he created another one. When somebody betrayed him, he found a way around it. So the idea that he secretly escaped instead of dying actually matches his character perfectly. Some fans even believe the shooting itself may have been part of a larger setup. It sounds crazy at first, but in the world of power, crazy twists happen all the time. The most interesting part is that these theories never disappeared. Years later, fans are still talking about Ghost every single day. That almost never happens unless a character leaves a massive impact on people. Ghost became bigger than the show itself. He represented power, control, survival, and ambition. That is why audiences still feel emotionally connected to him. And now, with Nemesis creating new mystery around the franchise, those old theories suddenly feel alive again. Fans are once again searching for clues, replaying scenes, and trying to figure out whether Courtney Kemp has been planning this twist for years behind the scenes. One of the strangest things about Ghost's ending is how many people inside the Power universe still act like his presence never fully disappeared. Even after everything that happened, it feels like his shadow is still hanging over every major character. That is exactly why fans believe Nemesis could be setting up something much bigger than anybody expected. The deeper viewers look into the new hints and hidden details, the more it starts feeling like Ghost's story may not actually be over. And if that turns out to be true, then Courtney Kemp may have been quietly building toward this moment for years. A lot of fans believe the biggest clue is not even something directly shown on screen. Instead, it is the way characters continue speaking about Ghost. Usually when a major character dies in a crime drama, the story slowly moves on. People stop mentioning them as much. Their influence becomes weaker over time. But with Ghost, the opposite happened. His influence somehow became even stronger after his death. Every major decision made by Tariq still connects back to him. Every mistake Tariq makes reminds viewers of Ghost. Every power move inside the franchise somehow leads back to Ghost's name. That is not normal storytelling. That feels intentional. Fans also noticed that the writers continue treating Ghost almost like an invisible force, watching over the entire universe. Even when he is not physically there, his actions still control the future. That has made many viewers believe the writers never emotionally closed his story because they may still need him later. And when Courtney Kemp started teasing mysterious new directions with Nemesis, fans instantly connected the dots. People began wondering if the franchise was finally preparing the return fans have waited years to see. One reason this theory exploded online is because Ghost was never written like somebody destined to lose. He always found a way out. Even when his enemies trapped him, he escaped. Even when his family turned against him, he adapted. Ghost survived situations that would destroy most people. That is why many viewers refuse to believe he would suddenly fail without having one final plan prepared. Fans think a man that smart would never walk into danger without protecting himself first, especially during the final period of his life when he knew enemies were everywhere around him. Another detail fans continue talking about is the missing emotional closure between Ghost and Tariq. Their relationship became one of the most important parts of the franchise. It was emotional, painful, angry, and complicated. But many viewers still feel their story ended too suddenly. There are still too many unresolved emotions between father and son. That unfinished feeling makes fans believe the writers may still have plans for both characters together. And honestly, if Ghost ever returned, the biggest emotional moment would absolutely involve Tariq. Imagine how powerful that scene would be. Tariq believing for years that his father is dead, only to suddenly discover Ghost has been alive the entire time. That moment alone could completely change the franchise forever. Tariq's anger would explode. His guilt would return. Everything he built would suddenly feel unstable again. Fans know Courtney Kemp loves emotional drama, and there may be no bigger emotional twist possible than Ghost returning to face his own son again. There is also another theory becoming popular among fans. Some believe Ghost may not have disappeared only to save himself. Some think he may have done it to protect Tariq from enemies connected to his old life. Ghost always wanted Tariq to have a future outside the streets, even though he often failed as a father. So some viewers think Ghost may have sacrificed his identity in order to secretly protect his family from the shadows.